Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nudes Gaming, and we've got some really exciting news. For those of you that are pushing for that fusion, well, we've done it. We are finally finished with the fusion, and I didn't want to ruin it for you guys, so I'm going to fuse it for you guys right here, right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we are. As you can see, I've got all four of my Lothrix. Alright, here we go. Here we go. 1 million, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And there he is. Woo! Got my Astralon. Yes! Super cool character model. Let's check him out real quick. We've got attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense buff for 2 turns. Reminds me sort of Tormund regarding his freeze on his A1. Countess Lix, who is a demon spawn legendary, will team up and join the attack if they are on the same team. Countess Lix will use their default skill. Countess Lix will not team up on this attack if the skill is used when counterattacking or when teaming up to attack with another champion. So based on that, to me, that reads, if you were using let's see. Yeah, so she won't team up a second time with Astralon if there's already a team attack going on. So for, let's see, what's his name? I always forget his name. Longbeard. Longbeard? Yeah, Skinwalkers. There he is. So for Longbeard, with his Horde's Fury, based on my comprehension of that skill, it tells me that Countess Lix won't team up unless Astralon does his A1 first. So Astralon would have to go so that Countess Lix could team up with him, and then you would want your team attack champion, your Longbeard, for example, to go after them so that you could get 2 team attacks in one round. Just theory crafting. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I'm getting out of that. So that's A1. A2, Divine Imminence. Attacks one enemy, will ignore increased defense, strengthen, and ally protection buffs. Amazing. Just in general. Revives a random ally 40% HP and places a shield buff on them equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. Also places a shield buff on this champion equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. So shields on shields on shields with a revive and an ignore defense, strengthen, and ally protection. That is actually really cool. I did actually get a chance to see this in action, and if you gear him for damage, he will one-shot most of the champions in the game. Granted, that also goes along with having a defense down champion or weaken a defense down champion to go before him. That way you can make sure that he does a one shot. But even without it, I've seen one shots on this A2. So definitely book him for damage, or not book him, gear him for damage, and you won't be sorry. A3, his most important skill in my opinion, the most important active skill anyway. Light of Sanctity. Removes all buffs from targets under Veil or Perfect Veil buffs, then places a 25% weaken debuff on enemies who have Veil or Perfect Veil buffs removed, then attacks all enemies. Also has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. So, for example, in the arena, which is what I would say this is most useful for, is if you're facing a team with a Duchess, a team with a Duchess and a Candrafon, a team with a Duchess, a Candrafon, and the new Lizardman champion, the where is he? This guy, Roxham. with his Veil. Basically any champion that has Veil that's the point of this, that's what this is supposed to help you get rid of. With the 75% chance to stun, even without removing any Veil or Perfect Veil buffs, this is still a great skill. The amount of damage you can get out of this is amazing. And on a 4-turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown with a 100% chance when booked, dope, absolutely dope. And last but not least, his passive, Emissary, fills his champion's turn meter by 3% every time an ally is hit. Every time. Wow. Wow. So, for example, if you're facing champions like Bigun or, man, I cannot remember champions' names whenever I make a video. It's terrible. Champions like, not Sinisha, the other one, the Void one. This one, Skull Crown. With her 2 hits if you're above 50% HP, or Sinisha with her A1 with 2 hits below 50% when her enemies are below 50% HP. Like any champions like that, oh man. Oof. That's amazing. I keep doing that, sorry guys. Really, really cool. Also decreases incoming damage by 25% if the attacker's attack is lower than his champion's. So for, like I said, another reason to build him for damage. Has really low defense, but he is quite fast, has the higher crit rate base stat, and the higher crit damage base stat. Actually has pretty decent HP for an attack champion, and quite high attack for base stat. Even for an attack champion, over 1600 is pretty good, but abysmally low defense. So definitely you're gonna want some defense on him. Don't go like super, well, you can go super glass cannon, but definitely want to bring in some support champions with either increased defense, strengthen, or both, or continuous heal, or anything like that to support him. And definitely you want to revive champion for this guy, especially if you're going to be building him just for damage and accuracy. So yeah, so that's Astralon. I'm going to try to build him as best as I can with the gear that I have available. He is definitely going to be going in my Faction Wars team, because let's see, I always have my Faction War champions in here already, so let's go by faction. Yeah, so let's see, Secret Order. Here we go. This is my Secret Order lineup, essentially. So I have Phoenix, Hope, Cardinal, Lightsworn, and Errol. I am most likely going to remove Errol and replace him with Astralon. Not that Errol's a bad champion by any means. He just doesn't serve enough of a purpose for me personally to get through Faction Wars the way I would want to. And besides the fact that I already have a one-shot, he is not properly built yet, so this is just like a starter kit essentially for Phoenix. Yeah, and I literally just finished gearing out Cardinal, so I still had to finish Lightsworn, I still have to finish Hope, and now I have to complete Astralon. So yeah, this is going to be my lineup for sure. So once I have that going, I'm going to make another video. We're going to try and time it so that there is a Sacred Order Faction Wars going on. And that is going to be today, actually. So I'm going to try and gear him and everything as fast as I can. Might even go for the Masteries as well, just so I can get him in there and see what he can do. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I know this wasn't like super informative, but I wanted to share the experience with you guys with getting a brand new legendary with the fusion. See, he's not even there anymore. So definitely, if you are close to fusing him, make that final push. You have a little over 6 days left, guys. So do it. Get this red winged angel on your team. So that being said, thank you again. Hope to see you guys again soon. Bye bye.